Good afternoon, everybody. Hope you all are doing well. And yes, I have no specific purpose for this live stream, just because. Yay! Yes, that is correct. Hey, Rip, how are you? And Eloa, oops, I can't spell. And Loretta, hello. I got multiple screens here, so I'm just having all sorts of fun. How is everyone doing today? Uh, I'll tell you what, I am absolutely tired of the universe. I got 12 crystallized osmium and 1 ounce. Ooh, platinum's not cheap. You uh platinum. Oh, highlighted my own comment. Duh. Um, crystallized osmium. I'm so curious about that. What is crystallized osmium? Now we're gonna have to go on a rabbit hunt. Uh, crystallized osmium. That's very cool. Oh, well, that's fancy. All right. I'm gonna share that. Thanks for bringing that up because that's something I'd never really messed with before. Back in Elijah, it's been forever, Mr. Group. Hey, Mimi, how are you? So let's see. What does the okay, there we go. So osmium, an investment metal with great potential. Osmium is a metal that has been introduced to the investment metal market. According to Regine Grandin, I can't spell that name, the director of Osmium Institute of France, this metal is an eighth precious metal. It joins gold, silver, rhodium, and iridium. Iridium can be radioactive though, so be careful. Don't play with radioactive crap. Hey, Joe, what is going on? Shelling nuts and listening. That actually sounds relaxing. Hey, what's going on, Ark? Yeah, I have not done an off schedule. That's interesting. Osmium metal. Wonder what the cost of osmium is now. We'll go look at that here in a minute. But yeah, I hadn't done a an off schedule live stream in a while. I've been doing them during the week because it's like my only free time. And then on the weekends, I'm just either busy or I'm done. I'm just finished. Um, and also because I got trips coming up this next week and a half, uh, I wound up recording a lot of stuff in advance so that it's kind of out there and just topics I thought were relevant. Okay, is it me or does anyone else find random ass like firearm shit in there? Like I can't show firearms, but like I just have random stuff like a little EDC flashlight. I have a telescope. Oh, that's not working. Hey, look at that. Oh, now it works. Huh. I was wondering where these were. That's where I found them. And a big ass Sharpie. I just have like, and this thing. I'm just finding it's like a treasure hunt in my desk. I found more beer openers. That's fun. Yeah, it's just one of the telescopic baton. I don't even know why that would be in here. That does no good in here. A switchblade knife. Um, none of that's supposed to be in my desk. I'm kind of at a loss how it got here now. I probably walked in from work and I was just blah, 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 and I threw it in there. Um, rare metals and elements like that. Um, where would you sell rare elements? So actually, a lot of the gold, silver, the bullion places like the coin collectors, you can go to a pawn shop, but the pawn shops might screw you over. Numismatic organizations or places that specialize in precious metals would be a good place to start. And Neil actually, oh, that's neat. A crystallized osmium dealer. What does crystallized osmium run? Uh, oh, that's in pounds. That doesn't help me at all. Let's try US dollars. 400 bucks an ounce. So it's almost midway between, oh, that's in 2018. It's probably more now. So it's somewhere between like silver and gold as a precious. But yeah, you can find a lot of places to sell them. Uh, and I'm going to have videos coming out over the next week because we just did the primaries here in Texas, and some of the proposed constitutional amendments, and I'm not going to do a spoiler alert, but they were super interesting. I'm actually going to go through three of them in particular. The precious. Hey, Lucky, how are you? Lucky, did you vote in the primaries? Did you early vote or did you not get around to that? I ask because I'm purely curious if you saw the things that were on the ballot for constitutional amendments for Texas. Because I found them very interesting. I'm going to do a video on it. I had to record a whole separate video for that because some of the things were like, when we walked out, my wife looked at me and goes, "That's a little bit secessionist," and I'll leave it at that. And so, yeah, we'll see where that goes. What is this? I kind of have shit everywhere. I love finding things. Yeah. Um, hey, Ark, how are you, Daryl? And there are a few people. If I didn't say hi to you in there, Joe's in here somewhere. I lost Joe. Sorry, Joe, I lost you. Um, Neil, nope. Look at Arc Silver. Arc Silver, is that a channel? Arc Silver. I can find Arc Silver. Let me see. Do do do. Oh, by the way, the Houthis are quite proud of themselves today. In case you didn't notice. Let's see if I can do. And that would be. Let me see. There we go. So the ship from, I think it was Myanmar, whichever ship it was that they hit is actually has sunk in the Red Sea. So yeah, everyone's really thrilled about that. That's just not bueno. Because even if it doesn't escalate in a war, that just will screw up commerce in the canal, which is frustrating. Hey Hunter, what's going on? Eric Silvergo asked me a mission. Oh, it's up in Wyoming. I have been in my own world the last few weeks. Death in the Fan funeral interview, new position. Oh wow. That sounds like a lot. Sadly, I got a family member in the hospital who is way too young to have what's going on. So um, I can't say more at the moment because of that person's job. But yeah, it's something's not right there. Yeah, is it me or does anyone else feel like 2024 is accelerated for some reason? Because I absolutely am exhausted right now, and we just started the year really. I'm going to throw that back in the chat. Ta-da. So yeah, let's see. Let's have another poll. We'll do a whole live full of different polls. Uh, all right, there you go. Another poll for you guys. Is 2024 moving too fast? And you have yes, no, or 2024 is a jerk. I didn't know a year could be a jerk, but I'll buy it. There we go. Um, I just, I'm sitting here and I'm like, holy cow! I was supposed to fly to one city and do a training session and then fly home, but now I have the sick family member and then something else has happened. So now that one destination might become a 3-week journey between different places, and I'm just like, I don't even know what to pack now. Like, and then I want to leave enough room so like my EDC stuff, my oh shit kit for when I'm traveling is it will fit in my checked luggage. So not accelerated. All the adulty and crap. Yeah, adulty sucks. By the way, I was expecting 2024 to be rough, but dang, it's kicking my butt already. Yeah, no kidding. I feel like that. Yeah, I could see that. Uh, Millionaires and paupers. Um, I absolutely could see that. People just losing their marbles or making a killing, depending on what it is they're doing. So, suspected spy balloon found off of Alaska. Where did that come from? That's from the Telegraph. So let's see what the Telegraph says. Suspected spy balloon. I learned something really creepy, by the way. I'm going to freak everyone out later. Let's see. Oh, yeah, look at the magic toothbrush. Who cares about that? That's the other balloon. A suspected spy balloon has been found by fishermen off the coast of Alaska. Commercial crew is expected to hand over the documents, or the objects, to FBI agents for analysis when they dock. After discovering the object, fishermen sent photographs to officials who found it shared enough similarities with the foreign surveillance balloons to be investigated. And then it said, although it is not clear what the object is, if it does turn out to be a foreign owned spy balloon, it could worsen already frosty international relationships between the US and allies. So now we're just finding damn spy balloons in the fishing grounds. And we're going to start seeing spy balloons like over county fairs in the mall. It's just, I don't even know what to say. Uh, it's funny because who knew that a new roof color would be difficult? Oof. Are you doing the whole roof? Did you get hail damage or something? Because now they slowed it down a day with leap year. That's true. Hey, just Sarah, what's going on? Welcome. No specific topic today, Sarah. We're just kind of meandering and doing a happy chat. So 2024 moving too fast. Wow, that was 15% of us are kind of shocked that it's already 2024. So here's some perspective. Um, the Rona happened 4 years ago. So when I see these young hail damage, oh yeah, you get something like that. It's just kick it. Um, so yeah, it's been 4 years, and I'm talking to a lot of, have a lot of younger people on other platforms that will hit me up, ask me questions, and I'm realizing that today's 20-year-old, say, was 16 when the Rona hit. Just think about that for a second. So if you see people in the chats, especially and hey, Diana versus the Damn Apocalypse, I love that name. That is awesome. Is that a llama in your channel handle? I don't have my glasses, so it's either a llama or it's Baphomet, but I'm gonna go with llama. So it is hard to believe it's that long. Hey, winning streak, what's going on? I'm hanging with my mechanic. We're screaming at each other about Russia. Oh, that's for a fun day. It's a chupacabra. It's a llama. You notice the chupacabras don't chase llamas. It's not a chupa llama, it's a chupacabra because llamas spit when they get mad and they kick. I've watched llamas in the ranches here in Texas. Some ranches have a llama or an alpaca instead of a donkey. Chase coyotes, like the coyote's running for its life in a panic. Camel spit. Oh, yes. No, they do. And it's gross. An alpaca. There you go. But yeah, so I have a lot of young people who will interact with me both at work, younger, right? So these are people like young professionals right out of school. So like 22, 23. And you go back and they were like 19, 18, 19, 20 when Rona hit. But today's 18-year-old coming out into the world, the heart of Gen Z was 14, was barely in high school when everything hit. So a lot of us who are Gen X, especially the earlier part of Gen X, where we grew up with Red Dawn and movies like The Day After, right? And we grew up with that Cold War mentality, which is why we think the way we do. These kids grew up with Rona. But then it also explains in their formative years, think about this, in their formative years, right? High school is really important for your social development. They were locked down for half of them. So what did they do? They went on the internet and acted like assholes. And now they're in public and they're doing the same thing. They're screaming, screeching, throwing things, spitting, and then people punch them and they're in shock. Like they don't understand why they got hit. Weak men bring hard times. Yes. Yes, they do bite. And I don't want to be bit by a camel or a llama. Weak men bring hard times. Well, stupid men bring hard times too. Keep on going, find out. That's the truth. Um, and I think people are upset. People are just tired. And but no, we've got a lot of I'm seeing a lot of young folks. I had a colleague, wound up transferring to another city. Young guy, mid 20, closing in maybe under 30. I don't know what his exact age was. Two little kids. Nice guy from another country. Citizen. He did the whole thing the right way, and his family's here. And when Rona hit, he's like, "Man, this is really weird." I said, "Well, prepare like you were preparing for a hurricane for now." Because he was not into preparedness. And he's like, "Oh," I said, "Go to ready.gov and they have like a basic list of things you should have." So he went, spoke to his wife. She's like, "Yeah, I'm on board with that." So off they went. Well, like 6 months later, so he transfers away, and I run into him. Now it's like 2 years later when I ran into him, and he's like, "Remember when you told me to get water and food and milk and stuff for the kids?" And I'm like, all right, I'll go spend a few $100. He said, "Best thing ever," because we watched on TV, everyone's freaking out. And now he's in hurricane country, so he's paying attention now. This is true. If you're a weak man, you're kind of stupid anyway. Hey, regional, how are you? And the kids have been in a fist fight. They become friends afterwards. Yeah, no, for sure. Or at least the fact that, look, I took some epic beatings because I had a smart mouth as a kid, and I'd go and run my mouth to someone, would be like, "Ha!" And if I couldn't outrun them, I got a beating. And you kind of learn. Well, even though like the inner Pete, the 11-year-old, 12-year-old Pete in my head is like, yeah, that guy's a walking vagina. I'm not going to say that out loud because I'm going to provoke a problem, or HR is going to call me and say you can't say those things in meetings. You can't call someone an anal poor in a meeting. That's frowned upon. So, what was that website again? Wait, which website? Oh, hold on. Really been it for them. Stressed out beyond anything we as a society have ever experienced in a very long time. People are tired and jaded. Yeah, no, that's Lucky. That's a fair assessment. And to Lucky's point, Lucky, I love when you're in my chat because you bring up really good points. When she can come up for air, she's so busy all the time. Um, when you think about it, when I go to the store, I'll go check out at the grocery store, and I always make a point. Oh, the prep ready. Hold on, I'll bring it up. Let me make sure I'm spelling it right, so I don't screw up there. Yeah, it's ready.gov. It's one of the few. Hey, Pilgrim, one of the few government websites where they actually did decent homework. Now, it's not a whole full blown preparedness website. Most of us in here, we've evolved past the basic list, but it actually gives a really good place to start. So if you know someone who's like, "Oh, I don't know what to do," um, so it's like fire escape plan, winter weather, like here, build a kit, and then holy cow, you have lots of different languages here. If I click that, I won't be able to get out of it. Okay, hold on. Emergency supply list. See, and you can print that out for someone. But going back to Lucky's point, I'll go to the grocery stores and I will make a point of saying good morning to the cashier. I sit at a restaurant, even if it's for business, and the waitress or waiter comes over and says, "Hi, my name is Sarah." I'm going to say, "Good afternoon, Sarah. How are you today?" And you have to see their faces because most of them are younger people, and they go, I'm good. Thank you for asking." And I immediately see they can be exhausted, but that kind of exchange, which costs me nothing other than a couple of extra words, absolutely changes the dynamic of the interaction. So, we have an opportunity as a community uh to change little things around us. Not everything. Let your mouth write a check. What? I don't know. I don't know what that means. I'm reading the things out of where my family admitted recently. I was right about a lot of things from 2019 to now. but they say I am still nuts. Well, that's fair. I think to do what we do, especially if you're in a military responder family, you got to be a little bit of an there's a personality for doing stuff like this. Doesn't mean you're crazy, but it means you have your own wavelength. Um, I deal with a lot of science people, uh, and I've found geologists are the most fun people in the world. Some of them are functionally drunk all the time, but really brilliant, lots of fun to be with. Um, Lawyers very uptight, and they're always stressed out. They're like, But anyway, to the request from earlier, it is ready.gov and Eloa, here, let's blow that up. And this is basic stuff for most of it, right? Prescription medications, infant formula, and diapers. That's something I haven't had to worry about in 20 years, but now with a granddaughter or two granddaughters in different parts of the state, if something happens to my son on the coast and they have to evacuate and come here, I need to factor that in now because I might be the bug out location. If my son on the base winds up here or his family winds up here because he has to roll downrange, I have to factor in a mom and baby into the equation. Having my son's family here for about a month while they were waiting for their housing was very eye opening for me to account for stuff like that. Um, oh, yeah, absolutely. And there are practical things you can do. I mean, now you know this, but there's practical things we can do for folks who may not be into the preparedness thing and they might think we're down the rabbit trail, but we can kind of tell them, hey, look, you know what? Why don't you buy that 25-pound rice on sale? I'll split it with you. And then we get to take advantage of the cheap price of the bulk purchase. And I'll help you store it in Mylar bags while we're at it, just so you have, that way they don't spoil. That way we save money. That's the angle I'd take. Save money and save trips to the store. And in reality, you're prepping them without them knowing they're learning. But anyway, yeah, this one has a lot of good stuff: cash and change, sleeping bag, change of clothing, fire extinguisher, waterproof container, feminine products, mess kits, paper plates and cups. That's a good one. Games, especially you have kids, because that can get very annoying very quickly. Recommended items, can opener, uh, stuff like this. Oh, sorry, I'll blow that up a little bit more so you guys can see it. It's a really, and you can print it as a PDF. So it's a really good starting point if you know someone who wants to be ready, but they're not like completely dove into the lifestyle. Uh, great people because always greet people because people are stressed the hell out. Yeah, they are. There's been cashier and retail. Yeah, absolutely. Well, I think everyone. Okay, great. I'm glad. Hey, KP, thank you. No worries, winning streak. I appreciate you hopping in. Hey, sure. Got Black and Decker. I'm assuming that's toaster, not tutor. Toaster oven, we nitty thing can run on battery for my prepper fort. Okay, that that's actually not a bad thing. I bought I actually did the video, the stupid little Ninja blender, but it's USB chargeable, so I can charge it uh, with my Jackery. I can charge it with other stuff. I'm not relegated to, oh, I have to plug it into the wall. I can just charge it from a power pack if I want. Especially, and that's a neat tool to have if you do have a kid or an elder who may not be able to eat solid foods. You can put some food in there and blend it up to where the child can eat it, like a baby that may not have all their teeth. That's cool. Oh, yeah, absolutely. And college kids, if you have a kid going to college or a relative, somebody's niece or nephew, you can just go to the store. You could probably get a lot of this stuff at Walmart. You could probably build this whole generic kit for not maybe that the sleeping bags are kind of expensive, but some of the basic stuff. You could get a really basic little package for a college kid for under $30. It's not going to be high end, but it's something that they're like, oh, I have this little box in case things happen. Um, hey, farmer, my father-in-law is going to get ham license and retired last month. Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Well, what's funny during the AT&T outage, my AT&T phone was in and out. My wife's completely went down. My first net was still up because they prioritized those, but conceivably they could all go down. Hey Gene, what's going on? Share Bear. Hey B&Js, what's going on? So, oh, hold on a second here. I lost track of the chat. Armas de desarrollo. El sitio oficial. Momo Momo. Amigo, casi ninguna persona aquí habla en español. Pues estás gastando su energía. Anyway, he says some kind of solicitation, so we'll just remove that and we'll see if that person responds. In any case, yes, I am bilingual. For those of you who are wondering, are the ham license limited? Um, I don't know enough about ham licenses to really speak to them. Although I did finally meet my ham radio club out here in West Texas, so eventually I'll get it. En inglés, por favor. I basically, for those of you who are Spanish impaired, I basically told that individual that most of the folks in the chat don't speak or read Spanish, and you're probably wasting your energy. But thank you, and I'm going to take your comment off, and then I took it off. So, en inglés, por favor. And I bet Lucky understands Spanish enough to cause trouble. If she's, are you a bicycle? What? Nice. Um, Hold on. Damn it, I lost track of the chat. Ham licenses. They're different levels. And I think correct me if I'm wrong, those of you who have a license, but I think the ham radios, like if you're a technician or the lowest level, you have certain frequency bandwidths, and then there are others that become available to you as you become more advanced and take other tests and experience and whatnot. So I'm working on a ham license. Let's see what other fun stuff is in this website, because this is kind of fun too. Oh, hold on. How do I get out of this nonsense? Oh, well, hell's bells. Okay, so we can't do that. Let me see if I can get out of this. Oh, there it is. Okay, so let's see what other fun stuff is on this website. Build a kit, emergencies and disasters, car safety, water. Oh, so there was a chart in here that was great if I can find it. Water treatment. See, it gives you a whole. This is a great place to send someone who's never really studied preparedness. Um, it's freaking yeah. No, I'm like sprechen Sie Deutsch. My brother ran out of insulin during recent pharmacy. Gave it to him at zero cost, even though Medicaid was still having issues. That's cool. That's a heck of. Oh, no worries. This was completely off schedule, Lovin. Um, I'm thinking in the MSM anymore, and it should be. It would probably panic people if they reported it. So this website, let me see if I can paste it in here, is ready.gov. It's like I said, one of the few government websites where someone actually did their homework. And when you go through it, you're like, okay. Now keep in mind, if you're a homesteader or you've been prepping for more than a period of time, this is probably very rudimentary. Every now and then they'll put something new and I'll read it and it'll be like, wow, that's actually a pretty good idea. But even little things like if you're taking care of older adults, assess your needs, make a plan, engage a support network. So if someone's new to preparedness, it's not a terrible idea to refer them to this. You can even speak a lot of this out, or print a lot of it out, speak a lot of it out. Protective actions. Wait, what? FEMA's online order. No, ready.gov says you suck. Hold on. How to get emergency alerts. You can get the FEMA app, which, by the way, then it blings the shit out of you and annoys you. So you have to really mess with the settings. Um, Document and insure your property. Know what the alerts are. Let me see what that is. Integrated public warning system, and it kind of gives you a rundown of a lot of basic stuff. And 12 ways to prepare. Sign up for alerts. Make a plan. Practice. This is not a bad. Hey, Shannon, welcome. And Farmer. What the power goes out, days, weeks, years, how the big outage. That's a good conversation to have. And even if you don't come to a complete conclusion about the plan of action, at least you can get that thought process going in your head. Me seems to speak German. I unsubscribed from For Patriots. Oh no. Wait, For Patriots, who are they? That's food company, right? I don't know who they are. I just blanked out. My family still thinks I am mad for prepping. See, that's terrible. Uh, everything's peachy. Oof. No worries, Lioness. This was completely off schedule, and welcome. Little Arabic and Russian. Yeah, I speak enough things to get thrown out of places. Most people are unaware of current events. No, they are unaware of current events. So it's I made an unboxing video for Patriots. I have a feeling there's a story here. I'm gonna go find your hold on, let me see if I can find your video. Because sometimes YouTube does not play nicely with me when I try and find KP. Oh, there we go. KP Heathen. Okay, I'm gonna oops. So for those of you who want to see KP's unboxing video, it's there in the chat. So you guys can check it out. I'll listen to it here in a minute. But yeah, brother's a retired special, so he is a prepper without me. Okay, there you go. Yeah, and folks, really, this is just a great way if you know someone who's starting. Obviously, like Neil, his brother's retired special ops. He doesn't really need prepping advice, right? He may read it and get an idea or two, but hold on, my headset's like gonna pull my ears off. Um, he might get a couple of ideas, but it's not gonna really move the needle for him. Whereas a kid going to college or getting their first apartment, this could be a very valuable web page resource. So, something to think about. You can download a lot of these little documents as a PDF. Hey, Johnny. And wait, hold on. What happened here? I lost track of the chat again. Hey, Shannon. So, unboxing video for Patriots. So, I'm going to have to go read that or watch that later. But, folks, yeah, take some time, do some homework. After what happened a month ago, planning on stringing Concertina rider on our outlying fences. You had people come through your property, didn't you? Um, yeah, folks, it's relatively calm. I mean, granted, they sunk a cargo ship in the Red Sea, which is not cool, but that's in the Red Sea. It's not here. Um, Now's a great time. While things are available, just go through your stuff, look at what you need, budget out a little bit, and go get it. And then, oh, excuse me, and then off you go. Go about your day. I've said it before. I actually put it in my book early in the book. Is there's literally a chapter about time as a resource, which is what it is, right? We don't have infinite time or money to do this stuff, right? We got bills to pay, dogs get sick, kids get hurt, um, so being able to budget not just money but time and effort and say, okay, this period of time I'm going to accomplish the following, and then leave it alone, let it go. Move about the day, play with the kids, walk the dog, whatever it is you're going to do. Um, I think folks we've and this the as we've all pointed out, the community is so stressed out. And when I say community, not just preppers, I'm talking everybody. Our communities as a whole are freaking out or tired or stressed and they're in bad moods. Um, I mean, there are fights happening, road rage. Holy shit. You can't drive certain places and people are cursing and flipping you the bird and gang signs and throwing things at each other. Um, hey, Suburban, just take the time to oh, Shannon's reading the King James Bibles from Genesis. Whoo, that's are you reading it on your channel and you're just going through all the chapters and portions? Yeah. So it's important, folks, don't give yourself a heart attack. Um, take some time, you know, learn something new, get certain items. I took some time earlier, um, went through our little stash and the pantry in general and said, okay, I need these things. I got a trip soon, so I'm gonna go get these items. It's an easy find. Get them, bring them home, put them on the shelf for now. I'll deal with them when I take the airplane back, and that's it. I'm done. I'm dropping the subject for now. If I see something really good while I'm out and about at the store, oh wow, this is on sale and I've been looking for it. Great. But if not, not a big deal. And even to Neil's point, learning valuable skills. Hey, hillbilly, wherever you are, I saw you come in here. Oh, there. Hey, yeah, if you don't have money, you have a little bit of time, go on YouTube. Like uh, KP Heathen did the Four Patriots unboxing, or I did, concealed holsters. New York Prepper was doing this airplane radar. He does it like every other night at night, but you can go watch it and see what he's doing and what he's seeing. Yeah, everybody's doing. Vision did something. I don't remember what the hell he did. Besides his big dog getting in the way of his last video, which was kind of funny. God, I can't remember. He did a review of something and I just blanked out. But anyway, that's still valuable information. You might look at my review or someone's review of a product and go, yeah, for the money, that's not for me. And that's okay. It works for me and not for you. That's still fine. Because now let's not waste time and money looking for the product, only to then discover that it's not right for you. Right. I just saved you a trip to the store, is the way I look at it. So, um, do that. What would be great is if Americans that don't build a wall even drop surplus shipping containers. So they tried that in Texas. A group of ranchers got together. They made a deal with a shipping company that held old containers, and they built a mini wall. And then the feds told them they can't put it on the river because that's federal property because it has jurisdiction, whatever. So they basically picked them up and moved them and dropped them again. And they like literally, when you tell your kids don't go in the kitchen, so they go like just to the dining room where they're like 2 inches from where the kitchen technically starts, but they're not in the kitchen. That's basically what these ranchers did. But they did wind up in court. It cost them some money to do that, which kind of sucked. Um, for my Yeah, if you have two vehicles and you consistently switch, you're better off just doing two bags. Um, and think about it though. Part of the challenge, if it's a fleet work truck and you get truck number 7 this week and truck 27 next week, you don't want to leave your stuff there. But if it comes home or it's reserved for you every day, you can put your stuff there. Um, I was switching bags back and forth. And then one day I made a road trip and left the bag in the office because I thought it was in the truck, but I had taken it out to put it in rental and then put it back in my truck and I forgot to put it back. So, we make mistakes even though our plans are great. So, okay, and Love and Life. Hold on, let me see if I can uh, get Love and Life. And Life. Let me see if I can get your. Yeah, I found it. So, what did I do here? Okay, that didn't work very nicely. Let's try again. Share channel. All right. So Love and Life has a review. Okay, what is this? Wait, Lioness, 27.5%. Oh, see? And that's a good point if you can take advantage of veteran status, or your company may get you discounts, or you're over a certain age, or you're a certain group that gets a discount, take advantage of it. They're there for a reason. I mean, don't be a jerk about it and buy a whole truck of toilet paper like people were doing during COVID, but make the effort to say, wow, I can save 20% if I do this, and then go do it. I'm curious what store that was, Royal Lioness. Um, but let's see. Okay, so Love and Life did a review on Point Adventure Foods as well. And they look like freeze dried stuff. So that's cool. Mine until I give it back. Oh, that's me. So, yeah, folks, look, um, stay with the basics. Don't freak out. There are too many people freaking out, and we need to pay attention. We need to be calm. They're going to keep fighting overseas because some of these places have been fighting for 1,000 years, and they'll stop for a year or two, and then somebody else gets pissed and they start all over again. Hey, Teresa. So, yeah, don't freak out. Do your homework. Like I said, if you got an, it's a beautiful weekend here. Unfortunately, I'm packing for a flight tomorrow, but take some time, go to the farmer's market. If you got something preparedness oriented to do, set aside an hour to say, this is the time period I'm going to do this, and then go about your night, go about your day. Life's too short. And trust me, over time, all those little hour there, it adds up over time. Found the guy that raises chickens as a side hustle, butchers them and sells them. See, that's kind of stuff that's great. Um, hold on, there's Super One Foods. It's a Brookshire's. Oh, okay, so it's in the Brookshire's chain. Um, I just know that uh, United Groceries in my part of Texas has breakfast pizza, which I've yet to buy. But it's, think of a pizza but with breakfast. God, I can't speak today. Breakfast fixings. Say that 5 times fast. On the pizza, which is cool. Uh, hey, Independent, what's going on? Teresa, Johnny Preps, hello, hello. So yeah, so I'll bring that page back for those of you who may have rolled in a little bit late. And this is, again, for most of us who've been doing prepping or homesteading for any length of time, this is going to be a very basic place to start, but it's a great place to send people. Like low cost and no cost preparedness. Create an emergency communication plans, free template. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, that's okay. All it is just you can add names and then you print out. It just helps you organize your stuff. You could do this on Excel. Um, Financial preparedness is a lot of good little documents here that you can, pets and animals, and you figure and let me expand that a little bit so you guys can see it. So it gives you it gives you some ideas, because we forget things. Even if we're experienced, even if we've been doing this for a while, we're gonna forget something. And you know there's no shame in that. It's understanding and acknowledging you're gonna forget things, and then going and trying to fix it. That's what's important. No one knows phone numbers anymore, so it's important we write them down somewhere. Hey, book club, what's going on? So hold on. And Independence channel is up there. So folks, I'm going to wrap this one up. Like I said, this was absolutely wherever the hell the chat took us, which actually took us to an interesting website. um Folks, schedule your time, do what you have to do uh for a couple of hours, and then move on, leave it alone, And trust me, even doing that a couple hours a week is going to put most of us way ahead of 90% of the population out there if something bad happens. So, calling it a hobby, people need to, it's a lifestyle. No, this is absolutely true. Now, prepping could be fun. Like, I get a kick out of it, but there's a very serious undertone with the whole thing. Like, because I've had the floods and I've had the hurricanes and I've had the blackouts. After Ike, we had no power for 2 weeks. So that was a challenge, and I had kids in the house. So yeah, but it's not a hobby like, oh, I play Xbox. That's a hobby. That's not, there's no serious undertone there unless you're cursing at the computer the whole time. So, or at the TV screen. But in any case, folks, look, take some time, do what you got to do, and then take some time and live your life. Talk to your people, and if people annoy you, hang out with your dogs because dogs are awesome. Um, and that guy's he's still recovering from the beating Bentley gave him. He's all shaved. He's not fluffy anymore because I had to give him the stitches, so they shaved half of him, and he looks like a demented loofah. He does. He looks like a mad professor with his half-shaven body. Um, I he's just a weird dog. Anyway, um, but folks, be safe. Be careful out there. Lucky, the Papillon was provoking the corgis, and then he did something he shouldn't. And my wife told him no, go to bed, and as he was passing, he provoked one of the corgis, and Bentley was on him. And then they got in a big old fight. And Bentley had little bite marks on his ears, but he caught the Papillon because he's like double his weight now. And he caught him and he flipped him over and kind of tossed him across the room. And they're about the same size physically. It's just the corgi's built like a tank. And by the time I ran across the house and tackled him, because my wife was trying to break him up, and she tripped on the other dogs and she fell down. So my wife's on the floor. One dog got fell off. My wife kicked by accident and she fell. And then the other two were like in this brawl, and I pulled them apart. And Jackson was limping and bleeding. So to the vet he went. Um, he has stopped talking smack to the corgis though, because he would provoke them and he'd throw nips. And I was like, don't do it. They're going to kick your ass. And so he's somewhat humble now. But we may have to rehome him because the corgis kind of give him the stink eye. And one of the females was about to go after him too. So I'm like, oh, you have been voted off the island, sir. So he's like in protective custody on the other side of a child gate right now. Hey, artist, what's going on? Yeah, poor guy. He he got his channel changed a little bit. Got to do some tilling right now and clean out some garden beds. I need to do clean out my garden, but I still got to pack. God, I don't want to go anywhere. Like I literally, the roaming prepper wants to be the lazy prepper, but I got to get. Hey, Southern Tier, how are you? Um, I absolutely got to start getting ready for tomorrow. Um, I still don't know what my training is. Like there are four engineers going, and we're like, what are we supposed to be doing? And all of us have a different understanding. So, and we're all the experienced people. So it's like an Irishman, a Puerto Rican, a Mexican, and a Colombian girl. The Colombian's the lady, and we've known each other for 12 years or more, and we all have a very snarky sense of humor. And they're going to stick us all in one class with younger people, where we will heckle everybody from the back of the class. So we'll see how that goes. But in ninja training, that's what it is. I should go there dressed as a ninja. But anyway, folks, look, you guys be good, be safe out there. Pay attention to. Oh no! Ouch! It's just cover for some high speed unit. Yeah, I belong to the division like Tom Clancy's book. One of those secret squirrel commando units. Um, See, I say that now, and then something happens, and I wind up on the news. Like they catch me in the background, and everyone will be like, "There he is! He's in the back." In the meantime, I'm like trying to leave and find a Starbucks or something. But anyway, you guys be good, be safe, and what do all engineering students have in common? Alcohol. Because yeah, at least junior year, I was pretty much a functional drunk getting through those tests. But you guys be careful out there. Be safe. I will see you all on the next video and stay out of trouble. Be good.